What's up, everyone? Welcome to Real Gamer News. It's John from Real Gamer News, aka Hitman here, and we have some gigantic news this morning. Microsoft has purchased Activision Blizzard. It has joined the Xbox Studio family of companies, and honestly, I'm extremely excited about it. I believe that the Xbox Studios is going to lead the Call of Duty series in particular into a way better direction. You may know and be aware that the Modern Warfare 2019 had huge sales numbers. It was a really masterpiece of a first-person shooter in terms of the way that everything had weight to it. So a little bit more fun to play, realistic, I guess, but not really. Call of Duty's not really realistic per se. But anyways, these game engines have great potential, but they kept on squeezing out more games. Instead of making like maps for Warzone, we had 2 maps across 3 years, which is ridiculous. And they put out Cold War and Vanguard, which didn't get that many sales, regardless if they're decent or not. When really, Modern Warfare has been selling over 25 million copies. And now they're going to come around and sell Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 to us. So World of Warcraft itself has a lot of issues. They seem to have been spiting their fans throughout the entire development process, just going against the way that people were naturally playing the game. So Blizzard and Activision have been in kind of a turmoil, as well as lately people with the sexual allegations charges and everything, scandals. I'm not sure up to date with convictions and things like that, but basically a lot of terrible stuff were going on, and there were terrible places to work. The people who were in power there have definitely abused their power and enabled a lot of disgusting, terrible behavior, and have no place having a or being in power at all. And I think now that Phil Spencer announced this morning that Xbox has purchased Activision Blizzard, I think they're going to clean the swamp or clean house, however you want to phrase it. I don't think that Philip is going to have Robert around for much longer. So there's that. And I'm just very excited for the games aspect of it. I have Spyro on the Switch now. Spyro the Dragon, remember the PlayStation 1 exclusive, and Crash Bandicoot back in the day. Those games are now owned by Activision Blizzard, which is owned by Microsoft Xbox Studios now. So that's exciting. I'm not sure how much stuff is going to come to Game Pass. Does this mean that Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass every year and you don't have to buy Call of Duty anymore? That'd be pretty sick. Or is it just Warzone, or is it certain parts of the game? Like, I'm open to however Microsoft wants to do this, but they've been pretty generous so far, so I wouldn't worry too much. It's going to be something better than how it is now, because right now in Canada, paying like $80, $90 a year for each Call of Duty game, just to stay up to date with all of the content, even though Modern Warfare is like my favorite one. So, I mean, we did get review copies, but those were for PlayStation, and I distributed those to the team, and I bought it on PC each time. And then for Vanguard, they didn't do a lot of review stuff, so I did not request it, actually. I did buy it as well, though, and it's alright. It's not that bad. It's been patched a lot. It's a lot better right now. I was thinking about trying World of Warcraft again, but I just recently watched like this long documentary about Blizzard and World of Warcraft development, which I definitely highly recommend, by the way. I'll give a shout out. And so, besides that, everything that's going on with that, we have a brand new player in town, and it's going to be Xbox Game Pass Call of Duty on the mobile. And that's what I am absolutely the most excited about. So, Game Pass on a Steamdeck. Maybe Game Pass on a Switch. It seems like that's not going to happen, but it might just be that they need a more powerful Switch, which is going to happen, because I just want to let you guys know we have a shortage update. I was going to make a separate video about this, but I'm kind of busy with some career changes that I've made, so let's just talk about it right now, okay? So 22, the shortage. PS4 seems sold out right now in a lot of areas in Canada. There's no PS5s right now, but hope is still alive for the Steamdeck that this won't happen to it. We have had so many chip shortages on everything, down to cars, down to game systems, tablets, controllers, everything. There's no PS4 controllers in my whole city right now. But there is a new chip factory being built in the United States. There's 3 of them. There's TSMC, which is the company that's making like AMD stuff. They're making a lot of iPhone parts. They're making PlayStation, Samsung main boards, lots of stuff like that. Samsung, which makes, of course, a lot of the glass, OLED displays, different stuff. They make the NVMe SSDs. They make RAM, really good RAM. They make a lot of memory for the SoCs, which is like iPhones and really high-end tablets and PlayStation 5 main board, everything like that. And we're getting Intel making their own fabrication for semiconductors and microprocessors as well. So they can make their own CPUs, and they're going to make GPUs as well. So there will be Intel, NVIDIA, and AMD making graphics cards in the next future here. The only downside is that that's not going to take place until 2024, when product will start rolling out. The build will be finished 2023 for the 3 factories. Now, how's that connect to today's story? Here's how that connects to today's story. Because Microsoft actually paid $70 billion to buy Activision Blizzard. These 3 factories, which are equivalent to basically doubling the global supply of semiconductors, like we have the huge Chinese manufacturing with Korea and Japan and China and all that technology that gets manufactured there, and we're bringing that to the United States, so we're going to have ×2 the amount globally. And those 3 factories I mentioned, that's costing $80 billion to create. Microsoft just paid $70 billion to own Activision Blizzard. So the same cost to double our global production of semiconductors, that's how much it costed to purchase Call of Duty. And I'm really happy they did it. Vivendi used to own Activision Blizzard, and they are a huge debt company, like a shell company for other larger companies, financial stuff, big messy stuff I don't really understand. I'm not qualified to understand that stuff. So Call of Duty and Diablo and our favorite games were in rough hands, if that's the case, right? Xbox Series S has been available. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention that there's hope about that. And also that Steamdeck are using their own production somehow. So they're just, there's been a lot of good reports coming out that they're on track with the Steamdeck to have some large amount of units out this year. Also, beyond that, going after what's after that time period. So we're looking at 2022, some good games are starting to drop now, which is really exciting. We're going to have a lot of good games getting announced that were kind of secret, I think. Microsoft is obviously spending a lot of money, and some of the money are going to exclusive games being developed, which they've not talked about yet. And then beyond that, and around 2023, those factories will be completed. 2024, they'll start rolling out product, so the shortages will start to slow down. We'll be able to get PlayStation 5s and graphics cards, and Intel will have graphics cards, and lots of different new products will probably be dropping. Nintendo Switch is looking at updating the Switch, but as an optional kind of model, so that it's sort of like iPhone 8, iPhone 9, iPhone 10. Obviously, they never made the 9. They made the XR, but you know what I mean. So basically, those different things are going to happen like that. And then after that time period, once all this manufacturing keeps on going, Apple and Meta have made comments that they are trying to be loss leaders with VR still and take it to a higher level. I'm interested in Deckard as possibly my next VR headset. I want to see what that's going to be like. I already have Oculus Quest. It's awesome. I love it. But I want to get a Deckard next, and I have a huge Steam VR library, obviously. I plug stuff into the PC. I had a HTC Vive before. Pop-Ups has that now. But what they're talking about doing, which might not happen until maybe like 2025-ish, 2026-ish, or a little sooner, I'm not sure, but the soonest it could start, really, I believe, is 2024, because they need all those factories built and to start rolling out product. But it would probably take longer than that for something like this to happen. And keep in mind that this last portion here is a little bit rumorish and subject to change. It's sort of more like their plans and grand vision. It's like, imagine it's a speech or a lecture that companies are sort of giving internally, and that they may fall short of these grand visions in the long run, as they usually do, but it's pointing to what direction they would like to do, okay? So, for example, 2 Apple AR VR headsets, one with a developer style for making games in Apple's VR. And before I go forward, I just want to say, these Apple and Metaverse are committing themselves to losing money to making VR popular, like force it to become popular. They said that it's acceptable to lose up to, quote, up to trillions of dollars, quote, in order to make VR acceptable and mega popular, including, now back to what I'm saying here, Apple trying to make 2 headsets. One is going to be extremely high processing power with intense display for mass consumption, and one is for developing the games on it. So each device, they've said, could be subsidized up to 85% by the company itself, and hopes of regaining popularity with future sales of software, in-app purchase, subscription, processing fees, being a wallet, much, much more. This means we could see devices like an Apple AR headset, which for mass consumption might be worth something like $2,000 to $5,000, being sold on monthly plans, precisely how a modern cell phone is nowadays, with a cost to the end user almost as low as $1,000. So basically, they're going to take a $1,000 to $4,000 loss per unit and provide you with that device to make it become popular, so that if people can't afford to pay $2,000 to $5,000 for an Apple AR headset, then they won't have to. They can just pay $70 a month or $40 a month or $25 a month, whatever, on top of their monthly cellular bill. It depends on how many months you go and all that different type of stuff, APR or financing. But that's how cell phone plans basically work. An Apple VR headset for developing games on the Apple mixed reality device platform of devices, rather, worth roughly 5 to 10K, and being financed for full up costs spread over time of a whopping 2,500. So they're talking about the dev unit being 5 to 10 grand in value and making it available to developers for 2,500. But as a consumer product, not forcing you in a developer contract, but just selling it basically. Apple has said that these subsidies will be limited time, but that they could mean anywhere between 6 months to 2.5 years after launch, whenever that is, like I said, 2025 maybe, 2026, until VR and AR devices become extremely popular. Apple would be one of the most expensive devices on the market during this time, being viewed as very exclusive and special, with a very high quality display, and even fashion and comfort maximized for every user, which this is important here. This is Apple's design team's turn to shine in the tech world again, as comfort really makes a difference big time in this space. Meta, on the other hand, are on the more aggressive side with subsidizing headsets, as we predicted, and many AR VR headsets, because we predicted that Quest 2 was going to be a huge hit, and they were dropping that price, taking that loss. I bought my Oculus Quest in Canada dollars. It was about $800, and then including full shipping where I was at the time, taxes and all different stuff, right? So the Quest 2, they were releasing for $299 USD. So that was successful, and they took loss to do that. So this is what we're talking about here, and Meta are going to do that again with many AR VR headsets for cheap starting in 2023. I don't know what Deckard are going to do with their pricing. I feel like the one that will come out first will be out this year, and it's not really related to this future fling kind of stuff. So I think that that's going to be exciting for those of us that already have Steam VR. We know what to expect from Steam. At least you have something reliable, while Apple and Meta are going to go experiment with new business models, and I'm all for it, but it may not work out, right? So it's good to have the Steam Deckard on deck. No pun intended, or yes it is. There are even rumors of Samsung and Tesla considering to make VR headsets eventually, although these may be something more like Oculus Rift devices, which ran Steam VR games on PC through Linux, SteamOS, but usually Windows, before Facebook and Meta discontinued it for the standalone Quest and Quest 2 devices, which host their own operating system and the new Metaverse beta test called Facebook Horizon Worlds. Alright everybody, thanks for checking us out. Hit up RealGamerNewZ.com to keep track of all of our changes and new channels and new videos and everything like that. And until next time, keep it real and keep it gaming. Peace.
Great job, Microsoft. We really look forward to seeing what Sony does next now that Microsoft has shown off some of their more important announcements and bigger announcements. We hope to see Xbox come with a strong August event to answer that as well. Thanks for checking out Real Gamer News today. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Ring the bell if you feel like it. We don't care. It's all up to you. And thank you once again for checking out this video. Hit up RealGamerNewZ.com for the full list of everything you've seen here today. And until next time, keep it real and keep it gaming. Peace.
Thanks for checking out today's video. Like and subscribe and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on future videos. Peace.